Today's offering is a poem. A few years ago, I had this pretty amazing experience of being a co-editor for a queer literary anthology in Romania called Luminișuri, Antologie de literatură queer ecologică, which I would translate like Glades, a queer ecological anthology. We were doing this as part of Cenaclul X, a queer autonomous literary circle. And in a literary circle, we kept meeting and reading out our poems and our writings. And it really emerged that there was this interest and this deep curiosity and concern to write about the environment and the climate crisis. So we proposed to sort of self-organize as a group and do this anthology. And I really learned so much by working with the co-editors Nora Ugron, Corina Preda, and Ceza Bularca. So today, when we are talking about Hothouse Earth, I couldn't help but think of one specific poem in this anthology. It's a poem that's pretty long, it has many parts, and it's called Queer Ecologies by Ceza Bularca. I will read out only one part in translation by myself. Ecology 2. The train starts off nervously, but soon we no longer feel the movement, numb from the swinging and the heat, the darkness, and the hothouse. In the carriage, there was coughing and a lot of dust. We both think of that, although when we see each other, we don't say that. We smile, and you beam at me when I tell you that you are the best dressed person in any room I've ever been. The pink sandals sparkled in the flash of my phone, my curious face searching for you among the doors of the sleeping car. We cough and see the burnt light outside, the dry earth. The night will cover them carefully, and we will not fall asleep. We will keep watch over all those who die before our eyes in the hothouse world, when there is nothing else you can do. To witness the death of others is a duty. You want to dream of fairy tales in which we are free, fairy tales in which we run to the horizon and break the hothouse, fairy tales in which the air that enters heals our wounds, which we don't talk about when we smile at each other. You tell me about the deer, roe, reindeer, elk, about lakes where we must bathe our bodies to free them. You tell me about the crocodile that will protect us from real estate business. We think of call me by your name, so you called me anarchy, and I called you communism, and I call you communism, and you call me anarchy. We look out the window. I only think of the possibility of seeing the deer, roe, reindeer, elk you told me about, at least for a second, so we can figure out the direction, jump off the train and run towards them. Even if they did appear, we wouldn't see anything in the darkness beyond the window. The neon lights reflect us back at ourselves. After many fairy tales, you close the book with synthetic green neon leather and pink glitter clip-on, from which we read the fairy tales of liberation, and you tell me that maybe we should invent the story of our own freedom. Maybe there's no way back. Maybe the earth is too barren and the world too much a hothouse. The cough too dry, but maybe for the time we have left we can be what the world wasn't for us. You called me empathy. I called you veganism. You called me solidarity. I called you community. You called me non-binarity. I called you justice. You called me care. I called you revolt. You called me resistance, and we called ourselves revolution. Startled by a loud noise, we watch colorful explosions in the sky. We softly let ourselves fall into the train that has been moving forward in the darkness for some time without asking ourselves where we are, without asking ourselves for how long. And we called ourselves a communion of worlds.
If you appreciate our videos, please like and subscribe to help us get the word out.